If you're starting a new planted aquarium or want to level up a tank you already have set up, consider these few simple ideas and tricks that make any aquarium stand out and look impressive. When it comes to setting up a planted tank, choose plants of different sizes and arrange them in the tank according to their size and height when fully grown. Place smaller and shorter plants toward the front of the aquarium, then place larger and taller plants toward the back. Sometimes when you buy plants, they come in small, but think about how large it will get when it's grown in and planted accordingly. Large and tall plants like Amazon swords, Vallisneria, Bacopa, and Pogostem installatus, for example, make great background plants. Short plants like Micranthemum Monte Carlo, Microsword, and dwarf hairgrass look great in the foreground. Plants like crypts, Java fern, and many Anubias species are more medium-sized, so they fill out the midground well and complete the tank. Another good way to make a planted tank look more eye-catching is to think about how the substrate or gravel looks. Keeping it more shallow in the front of the aquarium and deeper in the back is a good way to add visual appeal. Simply slope it up toward the back using your hands or a tool and even out the surface. This creates visual depth and allows for more space in the front for plants, rather than looking at a deep bed of substrate. Another step is to even out the substrate in the front so it's smooth across, rather than wavy. This automatically adds a more professional and cleaner look to the aquarium. Use a lot of plants and a mixture of plants. A good reason to use a lot of plants, especially from the setup of an aquarium, is to lessen the chance for algae to grow out of control. Plants and algae are in competition, so you can essentially starve out excess algae by allowing the plants the opportunity to take up all the nutrients. Using many plants helps achieve this. With strength in numbers, they can take up nutrients before algae even has a chance. Part 2 is to use a mixture of different plants for a more natural-looking aquarium. In nature, we often see many different plant species growing together. A perfectly manicured lawn may only have one type of grass, but in nature, grass fields are a mix of many different plants. To mimic this, we can use all different types of plants in an aquarium with different textures and colors. This is sometimes called nature aquarium or jungle aquarium style. Mixing plants is an easy way to create a more realistic piece of nature. Another simple way to have a more natural-looking and aesthetically pleasing aquarium is to use natural colored substrate and decor. It doesn't matter what type of substrate, but using neutral colors such as white, gray, tan, brown, and black may enhance the overall visual appeal of the planted aquarium, especially if paired with neutral colored decor like driftwood and stones. Additionally, using one type of stone or wood gives the aquarium a cohesive look, rather than mixing many different colors and textures. To make planting easier, use 2 hands when planting with tweezers. Sometimes tweezers can make things more frustrating if you can't get the plant to stay down in the substrate. Using both hands can get the plant cleanly placed without lifting right out. Place the plant in between the tweezers and push firmly into the substrate as deep as you want the plant. Keep the tweezers in place and use your other hand to hold the plant down while lifting up the tweezers. Give the plant a little shake or wiggle to let the substrate settle around it. Over time, planting will get easier with practice as well. Hide equipment for a cleaner looking planted tank. Even though some equipment may be necessary to keep the tank running smoothly, hiding it even a little bit may help make the tank pop more. Using a black or opaque background can help hide any wires or tubing running along the back of the aquarium. It will also hide any light reflections or shadows, giving the tank a clean and clear backdrop so the plants can really shine. To help camouflage any equipment inside the tank, we can use plants or decor for this. A large rock can hide a sponge filter, or even a lush plant like an Amazon sword. Tall plants can hide filter intake tubes or heaters. To get the most out of your plants and see them really take off and thrive, use an aquatic plant fertilizer regularly. Consistency is key when it comes to fertilizing. Plants thrive in stable and favorable conditions. This is also the secret to getting the most vibrant colors out of plants. Using an all-in-one fertilizer even once per week can give your plants the building blocks to produce lush and vivid growth on a consistent basis. Nutrient deficiencies can stunt plant growth, produce malformed leaves, cause melting, and give plants an overall pale and lackluster appearance. That's why regular and consistent access to all the necessary nutrients is so important to healthy plant growth, and can transform the look of a planted aquarium over time. Research plants that go well together to set the aquarium up for success. If the aquarium is low-tech with low lighting and no CO2 added, make sure the plants being used don't have high demands. Anubias, Java fern, and crypts all don't mind low light and would go well together and thrive in that tank. On the contrast, plants like dwarf hairgrass, dwarf baby tears, and some stem plants may prefer higher light and even CO2 to really take off, so they might be better paired together in a high-tech tank. Either way, it's important to know the needs of the plant you are using before placing them into a tank and to plan your plant selection ahead of time to set the tank up accordingly. This will lessen the chance of losing plants and money due to not having the proper setup. Use natural sunlight to your advantage. There are a lot of questions around whether or not an aquarium should get natural light due to the fact that excess light can cause algae. But sunlight can be beneficial for planted aquariums. This works best for planted tanks that are established and getting fertilizers on a regular basis to balance the light. Even a small amount of sunlight from across the room can really make the aquarium sparkle. The rays from the sunlight give a shimmer effect that is very eye-catching. It gives the fish a little bit of an extra sparkle as well, and makes the aquarium stand out as a piece of nature. Consider placing your next planted tank where it will receive a few hours of natural sunlight every day, and you'll be amazed by how beautiful it looks and how lush the plants grow. To make your life easier, look for cookie cutter setups online and look for inspiration in blog articles and websites. Aquariumcoop has a ton of articles and ideas for all different types of planted tanks and community setups to inspire your next build.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. To watch another one just like this, click here.